this is a process video for 52 weeks where we take our favorite photos each week of our everyday life and turn it into a layout. I am doing a Scrap a Sketch challenge from January, which is challenge number 11, along with their sketch. And there is their sketch, and it's going to be challenge 10, 11. 11? 10. I'm not sure. Whichever one it is. I think maybe it's 10 or 11. Maybe I accidentally took 11's challenge and 10 sketch. I don't know. Anyway, I am going to be following the sketch pretty, actually really, really close. The only thing is that I add a couple more photos to it. So in the challenge, I picked green and blue colored pattern background, which is that blue that you see there, and then a punch circle. Well, I kind of cheated with the punch circle. I took my Cricut and made the circle that you are seeing me do my distressed oxides. So I drew some lines around where the two sets of circles are going to be. And then the distressed oxides that I'm using is evergreen bough and then picked raspberry. That is going to peek through the two circles that I have. When I cut the cut file, it came from the Cricut Design Space. I just made it up. I did all of the little loopsy loops and all of the stuff that you see on them when they come in. But before I do that, I take my color splash from Shimmer's Paints, that is Gold Digger, and I put a lot of splatters and stuff around the edges just for it to stick out. I do grab my little like a paintbrush and made it really small. I just add some paint, or not paint, but water to like a little bowl, and I make some more splatters as well once I get done. This is only the first time I put it on, and then I do come back in with some more. So I took Sorry. I thought I had to sneeze and I stopped halfway. Sorry about that. I took the Converse, and that circle that you see there, I just flipped it around so that I gave myself some contrast. And what I'm doing here is that all in the spots that you see where have the holes and the circles and all of that fun stuff, I do go and do circles or outline it, I guess, once I place this down. And I make sure that the Converse are sitting like very even, like straight across. And there you go. You see that I'm going through all of the little circles. And I just want to like make them look like you can see them. Right now, they're kind of hidden. But when you do the outlines, it actually adds a little bit more to it without giving you a lot of like mixed media or dimension, right? The photos that you are going to see me use is 2 film strips that I did with my cut file on the Design Space. Now, this bottom one that you see here, I know I do not have a photo in it. That is because I am going to follow the sketch, and there's no point in me putting anything there when it's pretty much going to be covered up anyway. And so what I did is that I did do some gluing on this because of the mixed media and everything that I'm doing with this page. I put this on there. I am going to say this. The one thing that I dislike right now, and I made a mistake when I made these or printed out these photos, and a lot of my photos in 2024, I forgot to hit the matte. Instead, it's got a glossy finish. So you're going to see a glare the whole time. It drives me nuts every time I do these photos or anything like this, but it's okay. So these photos are the fall soccer season of Kaylin's 6th grade, August through October. She had her favorite coach. She absolutely loved this coach with this team. She was still out at Fort Gordon at the time. And 2 of my students played with KJ for 2 years. And then we went to Arsenal. So she played with them in 5th grade, and then she played with them in her 6th grade. And then starting 7th, we switched over to Arsenal. And then that is when she started playing against my two students that I taught. So in this picture, my students are in 4th, and Kaylin is in 6th, because 5th and 6th, because they're a year apart in school. They are now, my daughter's an 8th grader, and now they are 7th graders. So, like I said, they have been with each other for quite a while now. So I decided the very first, everything except for this photograph is just placed down, and then I did dimension on this one, because I do come in with other things that are dimensionalized, I guess, the better of lack of terms. I'm trying to make this work, and then I toss it because I was like, why am I putting all this red on there when there's nothing red? So I'm going in with the banner piece, that like the banner strip, that Bella Boulevard. This collection is the Teen Vibes again. It's the Caitlin. It's the whole collection came from a cherry on top. I get quite a bit of my product through them outside of the scrap room. And I wanted to kind of make these film strips look a little bit fancy dancy, so you'll see kind of what I come in with. So I'm almost to the point where you'll see stuff change, because I had to do this in 2 nights. So I got to this point and that point, and then I switch over, and then I'm on the next day. So then the next day I come in and I finish this up. So here's my next day. This is when I get out the Bella Pops, or whatever they're called. Yeah, the Bella Pops, the Bella Pops. And then I start to work on the major embellishments. Now, I put the word cheese there, and then you'll see me start switching it. I use up all of that Bella Pops, and then all of the other Bella Pops that I pulled out. So this is where I got it switched. I was going to put the word cheese there, and then I realized that I didn't want the 2 yellows to be like right next to each other, so I swapped them out. And I did not realize when I was making this layout, I looked at the sketch and then I left it go. I did not realize that they put a camera in the bottom corner and used some hearts, and I did the same thing. You will see the hearts come in here in a second. I do distress them. This is a scrunchie, and my daughter wears scrunchies, but then she don't put them in her head. She uses them as, and I have no idea why she does this, but she uses them as a bracelet and not what they are supposed to be used for, because my daughter doesn't like her hair pulled up. She used to, and then she doesn't. So there we have it. So there are the hearts that I did not realize that the sketch had it until I got done with this layout, and I pull it out and I'm like, oh, well, hearts it is. Make sure you go check out everybody. Do all the YouTube-y stuff. Do all the fun stuff. All of that. Like and subscribe. I'd love to have you. Etc. Etc. Make sure that you follow along on the playlist. I do have the 2025 playlist down. And then this is now the 2026 playlist. So you are going to see me use the Bella Pops. I am finishing that up. They don't get used at the moment, but they will be finished. I promise you. That goes in the garbage, and so does the Say Cheese one where the camera came off of. That one is it. And then the rest of this is pretty much embellishments. We're just going to town on this embellishment. My title is going to be Athletic It's athletic something. I can't remember what is. Athletic love? Yeah, athletic love. I am just kind of going through all of the embellishments. I try to add some of the florals in there just so that it's more than just, words, because the one thing I do love about Bella Boulevard is that they have a ton of embellishments and words and all of that. And you just got to play around with it to see what you would want to use with Bella Boulevard, because they come with so much. And then at the same time, I feel like there's so much that I don't necessarily get to use every little piece that I want to, and I wish I could. So I do back the word love on some foam. And then I'm just kind of playing through and figuring out what else I want to do with this particular layout, because I do enjoy the way it looks. I know I moved my title because I added these photos. If I didn't add these extra photos off to the side, I would have put my title there. But because of that, it's okay. I put the athletic love down below. And then I did find this tag and this arrow. And I said, be you. And it says, be you, you are perfect. And I feel like with the girls, this particular season, we started out not necessarily being the best, and then we ended up going to the playoffs, and I think we lost the first round, if I remember, in this, and then that was it. But they did a really good job. This was like one of the first times playing together. So, that first time jitters, that first time just playing together and all of that. Sometimes you have to work to achieve that. And so I wanted to get these little dots in the right spot. So I wanted to add, and then I do come back in with my splatters, and then that is pretty much it. Make sure that you check out everything. Go check out everybody else. Do all the like and subscribe stuff. I would love to have you as part of our family. The still shots are coming up. I hope that you guys are all staying safe. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
I don't know why I go when I go. I still don't know why this war in my blood. Why this war with all that I love. Oh, my wandering ways and these faithless days, I find it hard to explain. My wandering ways, always turning away from your loving embrace, I find it hard to explain. My wandering ways, my wandering ways.